It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Fear can be a powerful tool, but at what cost? Machiavelli understood that love is fleeting, but fear endures. Yet fear also breeds resentment and enemies in the shadows. The question we must ask ourselves, is the short-term gain of fear worth the long-term cost? The end justifies the means. This phrase is Machiavelli's most infamous legacy, often invoked to justify immoral actions. But when do means corrupt the ends? Can a victory truly be honorable if it's won through deceit and betrayal? We must be vigilant in questioning not just the outcome, but the path we take to get there. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. Authority doesn't come from the title alone, it comes from the confidence and skill to lead. But what happens when the power is misused? A leader who commands through fear or manipulation risks undermining the very foundation of their own authority. Politics have no relation to morals. Machiavelli saw politics as a game of power, not ethics. But does that mean we must abandon our morals to succeed? Understanding this view helps us recognize when others might use it against us, and reminds us of the importance of holding on to our principles, even in the most ruthless environments. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. Why go to war when you can win with a whisper? Deception can be a more subtle and effective weapon than brute force, but it's a double-edged sword. Once trust is broken, it's hard to rebuild, and the deceiver often becomes the deceived. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. Machiavelli saw promises as tools, useful in the moment, but disposable when inconvenient. But how many broken promises can one make before they have no promises left to give? Trust is the currency of relationships, and once spent, it's nearly impossible to regain. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Adaptability is key to survival, but how far should one go to change? Machiavelli suggests bending to the will of circumstance, but at what point does adaptability become a loss of identity? How much of ourselves are we willing to sacrifice for success? A wise ruler ought never to keep faith when by doing so it would be against his interests. In the Machiavellian world, loyalty is conditional, and faith is a currency to be spent only when beneficial. But in a world where everyone is looking out for themselves, can true alliances ever be formed? Or is betrayal just a matter of time? The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. A ruler is only as strong as his counsel. Surrounding oneself with sycophants may feel safe, but it also blinds the leader to reality. Machiavelli understood the importance of wise counsel, but also the danger of surrounding oneself with those who are too wise, lest they seek the throne themselves. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Perception is reality in the world of power. But when the mask becomes the face, what is left underneath? Machiavelli's insight here is a reminder to look beyond appearances, because the truth often hides behind a carefully constructed facade. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten the wolves. Machiavelli's famous metaphor reminds us of the dual nature of survival, cunning, and strength. But balancing these traits is a delicate act, one that can easily tip into paranoia or brutality. The challenge lies in knowing when to be the fox and when to be the lion. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Machiavelli understood that most people are easily swayed by what they see, rather than what truly is. It's a cynical view, but one that warns us not to underestimate the power of perception in a world where image often triumphs over substance. The wise must see through the illusion. Machiavelli's insights into power may be centuries old, but their relevance is as sharp as ever. By understanding these tactics, we can protect ourselves from those who might use them against us. But the choice remains. Do we fight fire with fire, or do we seek a higher path? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this exploration of Machiavellian thinking and philosophy intriguing, it would help this channel a lot if you give it a sub. It's just clicking on the button and also hitting the notification bell. Let's join together and continue to explore the philosophies that shape our world and create our own personal vision within it and fulfill that vision.